I
some
always,
fun.
I always thought that Saint Nicholas, whatever you was like a Norwegian priest that took handmade wooden toys as he ventured through the Norwegian mountains with his faithful reindeer and was knighted by the queen for giving all. Like, honestly, I really didn't know where my idea of like the original Saint Nick came from, but apparently, guys, the real Saint Nicholas was Turkish, not Norwegian, born in 270 AD in Patara, which is now Turkey, or Turkey, bishop of Myra, real historical figure. So now he had a wealthy family. He gave his inheritance away to the poor. The famous story is 3 daughters of a poor man were about to be sold into prostitution, and Nicholas threw bags of gold through their window 3 nights in a row. One bag landed in a stocking hanging by the fire, and that's the actual origin of the Christmas stockings. The wild part is that the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, if we know Council of Nicaea, that's like the group of people that put like our canonized version of the Bible together. So the heretic named Arius is teaching that Jesus wasn't fully God, and actually Nicholas apparently walked up to the guy and decked him in the face. So yeah, Santa Claus punched a heretic.
Santa Claus sucker punch.
He did Santa Claus sucker punch. I love that. And so, you know, he wasn't Norwegian, but he was a Turkish bishop, and you know, he laid the hands of divinity on someone who was just talking
He laid hands
smack.
swiftly and repeatedly and brought that guy to repent.
He did. And so now, how does the guy who decked the heretic at Nicaea, you know, conform to the fat man that Coca-Cola suited up? You know, and how did that happen? I think the real thing is Old Nick and the Nephilim connection. Are we clear what Nephilims are? Ben, can you give us a quick little thing of what Nephilims are?
Where are you going? Where did we go? I did not.
You're going to love this. Just give us a little bit of a heads up what Nephilim are, please.
So Nephilim come out of biblical perspective, Genesis 6, when the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, they left the rightful abode and came down and bred with them and created, quote unquote, giants. And so you have these half-breed, divinical and human beings wandering the earth, which was one of the reasons the flood came through. And so that's, from a biblical standpoint, is what a Nephilim is. It is half angel, or half angel, half human.
So thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So Old Nick.
I am.
Old Nick is an English folklore. All right. And one of the oldest names for the devil. All right. And so sailors called the devil Old Nick. Country folk, right? They called the devil Old Nick. It's in dictionaries going back centuries. So predates modern Santa entirely. All right. So now, what is the devil and Santa Claus? Why do they share a name? So check this out. Trace Nick, or Nicker. Nicker. That's a hard CK, by the way. So Germanic water spirits were called Nicker. Malevolent supernatural beings, haunted lakes and rivers. You know, Beowulf, our homeboy, used this exact word. So Grendel's mother is called Nicker. Nicor. Again, hard C. And Grendel's lineage is explicitly traced back to Cain, the bloodline that produced the Nephilim. What is Grendel? Anyone for 5 points?
Nephilim.
He's a giant. And so you've got Old Nick the devil. You got Old Nick the devil. Old Nick the devil. The Nicker, Nephilim, waterline demons from Beowulf, right? And then you got Saint Nicholas the bishop. All 3 merged into like one figure, which is, to be honest, quite brilliant and mischievous, to teach our children to leave milk and cookies out for. So, I mean, you know, we tell our kids that this man named Nick is going to sneak into our houses at night while they sleep, and the same name that's meant for the devil for thousands of years, right? And the Nephilim bloodline, Beowulf monsters, and we don't even think about it, but we should. And the biggest part is that we lie to our kids.